An opening door, a bright light cuts through the darkness and introduces the subject of the film, Candy. She looks innocent and playful in her colourful dress. Through this mid-shot, the narrator Dan is playfully dragged into the film. The location of the rota is established through a bird's eye view looking down on them. This distance makes us feel as if they are in their own world, isolated from society and us, the audience. The slow motion conveys a sense of timelessness, creating a dreamlike mise-en-scene, detached from the everyday. This low angle establishes this character's position as a father figure, watching down on them. This now established point of view allows the audience to be seeing as a character in the film. Seeing through Jeffrey's caring eyes, the audience is directed to a position of empathy. The ride begins to spin, a visual metaphor for their obsessional relationship with each other and the drug heroin. The effect the ride has on those in it is similar to the experience of drugs, dizzy and high as they are released from gravity, leaving the influences of this earth and being replaced by centrifugal forces. Like this force, the drug heroin keeps them up, but it is unnatural and unhealthy to stay there, and you must come down. The opposition between the quick speed of the rota and the use of slow motion produces a sense of unease, hinting on the depressing nature of the film and replicating the unnatural experience of a drug trip. Surrounded by children on a ride, this mid-close-up captures their childish nature. This direction and playful acting expresses a lack of responsibility, selfishly lost in their obsessional bond and addiction. This twist and tumbling camera movement provides the audience a brief insight into the experience of the rota and heroin. Cutting back to a close-up, the eye-level angle provides the audience with an intimate look into their relationship, yet missing the presence of gravity seems unnatural and conveys a sense of confusion. We watch Jeffrey, and then through a pan-out, the audience sees this world from his perspective. The camera movement prevents us from a judgmental stance. Instead, it establishes how we feel for the couple and helps to keep our protective gaze throughout the film, even when they do and experience horrific things. The audience is taken outside the ride. We can see what is going on, how the ride works, but our central couple can only feel the effect of the ride. The audience is given the ability to see the destruction and hurt whilst they are lost in the high feeling. Cut to this close-up allows the audience to see the effects of the ride upon them, similar to the effects of heroin. This mise-en-scene has a feeling of youthful joy and playfulness, from young-looking clothes to the childish theme park setting. However, each of these beautiful ideas have something conflictingly odd about them. Dan's voiceover establishes a point of view from which a story is told, a story about the responsibility of love. Lost in the previous close-up and the intimate bond, the editing choice to fade to the next blurred shot reminds us of the ride that they are on, that their love, how beautiful it is felt in a drug haze. The soothing music resonates beautifully with the relationship, so magical, yet the minor tone hints at a feeling of pain and longing. Taken back to the unnatural bird's eye view, we are reminded that we are in another world, distanced from the couple, leaving them behind in this happiness. The audience is immediately introduced to the metaphor of this ride, confronted by the drug in a slightly unconventional mid-close-up expressing the instability of drugs. Shocked back into reality by a grungy mise-en-scene, the dilapidated kitchen and dishevelled styling of our previously girly and joyful Candy. This bright light from outside the window is beckoning them out into the world, life, and a brighter future. Instead, the shadows and darkness inside warn of the destruction of drugs. This high angle belittles the characters in this situation. The audience is looking down upon them, judging and empathizing at the same time. The blocking of this shot comments on the presence of drugs in their relationship. They feel as though it is bringing them closer, in sharing this experience, but in fact it is between them, keeping them from truly being with one another. Its own love triangle.